Is this the type of thing where we're paying an engineer to draw it, and we're hiring grading contractors to grade it, or is this more of, hey, it's already a track, we're not really
No,
like
Like
building permits and things like that? Because I mean,
all
you
of
kind of
that
come
stuff.
from that world.
Yeah, I mean, construction background, build
Yeah.
houses and remodeling, so maybe that's why I got it. I don't know. You
They
know,
need
the
it built.
position, but
Once this thing's built,
He's
we'll let
out.
him go.
Yeah, he's
Well,
But-
we're going to be down there. We were talking to Rod.
Monday
We'll
morning.
be down there pretty early to start. We got to put some bikes together, bring our tools.
He's gonna make
So-
us cut grass too. By the
Yeah,
way,
John knows a lot about landscaping, so if we need to,
A day in the life.
I can handle. I can bring
we cut
bush
some-
hogs,
yeah,
mowers, whatever.
we need to
Well, the
bush
big
hog
joke
some.
with all my staff is don't get on the grass. Don't get it. Oh my God, do not touch the grass. Bobby
very
will
important.
lose
He's
his
the old
shit.
man. Get off my lawn.
Stay off
Bobby
my
just
grass, please.
sits around.
Whippersnappers.
Daggone it.
No, we've done a lot with the facility. Like I said, Matt had it set up really nice for the way that he was. I mean, there's 50 RV spots and 40 of them were full when I took it over. So
Yeah.
You got
obviously,
24 hours. You kicked the shit out of them guys.
No, we
I'm
gave
gonna
them
auction
much longer
everything
than
off
that.
if you're not out of here.
I'm kidding. I know.
There was a couple
Walked
that
around cutting their power cords.
No, at the end there was a couple that I was like, if it's still here next week, you'll find it down the road.
It's got to go.
Yes,
It's
it's got to
gotta
come
go.
off the property. But I was really more
Gas can.
referring to. I was really more referring to. I'm sure you got a building inspector for the building.
Yeah.
But site work and all, that's up to your just discretion. It's not really county. There's nothing over there that's county.
No, I mean you still have to go through the same building processes. You know,
So you throw down your silt fence around your clearing for your building.
well, it's like I've tried to save any place that we can. Like when we were demoing things, I mean, me and the team we're in there and we're tearing
Yeah.
down walls and doing all that. When we built the pad for the building, we built the pad.
Yeah.
Anything that we can do and I'm familiar with the
Yeah.
construction background, I do. The whole design of it, I mean, again, Feather in Triumph's Gap, I mean, they let me design the whole race shop.
See,
and
that's super
lay
cool.
out the facility and
So you had like a dream wish list of what you wish you could have had as a shop, and you did
I
it.
sold, I not that all of it signed off on, but I mean, in my world, in my dream, was just like with the team. This is Triumph's North American facility. I didn't want it to be just another facility. I wanted it to be the facility. And with 165 acres, the ultimate goal and the ultimate plan is that where this really nice pavilion is going to be built, sometime you can park any Triumph motorcycle that they have, whether it's off-road, cross-country, electric, MX, any of it, and they can test ride it right there on the facility.
Oh, that's cool.
With the road course and everything else, and then with their
That's
dealers.
incredible.
that.
I did not know that.
It makes me think of I don't know if any of you guys, have you been to the Porsche facility down on the
No,
south
It's
side
near
of
the
plant?
airport. When you
Yeah,
fly
it's
out, you can
above
see
my
it.
Yeah, you can see it. And man,
It's got
Porsche,
a road course, an off-road course,
Yeah.
and there's just a
a
fleet of Porsche
museum
vehicles.
with every
Viewing
Porsche.
deck.
I mean,
Something to look at if you
it's
want.
unbelievable. That makes it sounds to me like what you guys are
But
doing.
it-
Something that's just like when you go there to pick up a car, it's an
They
experience.
call it the Porsche experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Well, part of it was, Triumph holds multiple dealer events throughout the year, and they spend, $50,000 to $80,000 for these events to have
Have a location.
have a location and everything. When they leave, all they have is an invoice. And with us having the ability, it's almost a destination point to where because if you really, and I think that one thing that I do understand and welcome and like to be involved in is that racing is part of marketing. What wins on Saturday sells on Monday type thing, and sales and dealers, it's part of my role and responsibility. And I preach this to the staff it's part of our job to increase the brand awareness of Triumph. Anything we can do to help them increase sales, whether it's selling another bobber or a scrambler or
Yeah.
the new off-road bike, that's part of our role and responsibility because the better the bike sales are, the more funding I
More
get.
marketing budget we might have, right?
We get to be able to do those things. So
You're like the Corvette of the Chevrolet fleet, like the sexy toy that
Yeah.
sells a lot of
Yeah.
trucks and a lot of other things.
so it's
Yeah, it really is. And we talked with Rod too. It's a way to get these kids on a Triumph branded product,
Early.
riding this motocross bike, and then they might transition as they get older and they hang up the boots. They might switch to street boots and pick out something else.
you know, as I told Steve Sargent, who was in town from the UK earlier this week, and he's Nick Bloor's the owner and Steve Sargent's number 2. And the nice thing about Triumph is that they love black and white. You can be totally, which fits my style perfectly. You know, you don't have to sugarcoat it. You know,
Yeah.
when he showed up and he said, "How's it going?" I mean, my first words to him were, "Do you want me to hit you square in the mouth or sprinkle fairy dust over the top of you?"
Right.
And he goes, "Your choice." I go, "Oh, well, I'm gonna hit you in the mouth." But they're very direct. But you know, we have a 7-year plan, and at the end of those 7 years, I mean, it'll be a destination that encompasses all of Triumph. It's not just another training facility where our racetrack is. It's actually being built and developed and laid out to encompass Triumph as a whole company. You know, for OEM development, to us training, to working in conjunction with the dealer network and everything.
Will you ever do you foresee being the public being able to just cruise down there and watch these dudes ride? Is there a way to get over there and see that? Like,
Well, and
publicly?
that's part of
Sometimes.
that part's above my pay grade. I mean, the part of it is to be able to, you know, even if Rick here at Freewheeling, you know, in his dealership, if he wanted to hold an event there and you know,
that's
similar to what he's doing here, you know, that ultimately that is the dream. And I think it's very important. Yes,
That's unique.
winning races on the weekend is our priority, but Triumph's goal and vision, Rod has driven this into my head, you know, decap. It's got to be distinctive, cool, authentic, and premium.
Yeah.
If it doesn't meet those 4 criteria, whether it's a bike, whether it's clothing, anything that they do,
Tile
it
floors.
it has to meet those 4.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then they don't do it. And they've taken that same mindset and concept with this facility. So when it's all completed and finished, it will be a destination place that involves the whole company as a whole, not just us and the racing program.